Yes. Okay, we should be live and my mic is on. The stream is on. Okay, we are good to go. Yes. So yes, welcome back to another live, right? So those of you who are watching this for the first time, we actually do this on a daily basis. We do this at 3:45, right after the market is closed, in order to understand what actually happened in the market based on analysis such as the option chain as well as OI data. And we also do some chart reading to understand the price action as well, right? So this is what we do, and we also try to understand what could happen tomorrow. So yes, for those of you who have been watching it, welcome back, and yes, we should get started right away. So yes, also right before we start, I would like to say that this is completely for educational purposes only. We do not provide any calls or tips, and before you take any trade, make sure you consult your financial advisor, right? So yes. So okay, quickly getting into Nifty, right? Let's just look at this exactly. So we just look at it directly here. You understand how the movement even happened throughout the day, right? So very bullish throughout the day, and towards the end, I'm assuming around 3 p.m. Is when we saw a small downfall downwards, right? So sell off around the end. So this is just directly looking at the chart inbuilt here itself. But yes, we shall look at the charts in the trading view section. Also, for those of you who are seeing the new analysis section for the first time, there is an explanatory video here. You can see how menu works button is right here, which will take you to a YouTube video, and you can exactly understand uh, where everything is, right? It is relatively simple, but if you do want to know exactly how it works. So yes, quickly going into the trading view charts, right? So yes, okay, let me just go to Nifty futures. And yes, so I think, yeah, the downfall was around 220, right? So sorry about that. A lot of brokers are calling us to connect their broker to our platform, right? For those of you who want to take real time trades as well, you can just click on this button here. You can connect to Zerodha or Fires now, and we're getting in more brokers very soon, right? And also, if you have any questions about it, you can read them here, or join our Telegram support to understand it better, right? So yes, currently, as it stands, 18,500 is our current resistance, and 18,300 is our support, right? That should be exactly around today's low, right? So this, I think, this should be the 915 candle right there, and I think from today's low acts as the very good support. If we look at the OI data, which we shall come to um, in the moments later. But yes, as you look at it from 18,300, literally the markets went up until 18,473, right? Which is a very bullish run since morning, and we're seeing the market being very bullish itself, right? And a specific trade that I saw, so two things, right? So I think a confirmation of the downwards movement towards the end was very clearly seen in the um, 15 minutes time frame, right? So if you look at it here, you can see that, yes. So I'll tell you how the confirmation could have been seen for the downfall, right? So as you see here, there's a good trend line forming from morning 10, right? So I think you look at it, it was a very upward movement itself, and this trend line was exactly broken at around 215, right? Which gave us it broke the trend line, saying that it was going towards a downward movement, right? And that was not only the confirmation. We can see here MACD also, the blue line was breaking the red line, and you see here it's RSI also was saying that it was at a very overbought position, and it was coming down to its um, mid-range levels, right? So that is 50 if you take it in RSI, and that was the confirmation at this level, right? So when you come back to 1 minute time frame was where I saw a good trade where, yes. So this trade was actually better in Bank Nifty as I look at it here. This was the supply range formed during the downfall. This would have been your entry as soon as it touches the supply range, and the top, little above the supply range would be your stop loss, right? And your first exit would be the down of this range here. So almost 1 point. The risk reward was 1.76, but yeah, if you partially exited here and held it on, you could see it go much lower, right? So as soon as it broke VWAP, this, if I'm not wrong, yes, as soon as it broke VWAP as well, it was looking to go more further down, right? So Nifty, you look at it, I think, yes, it ended around 18,408. So it started around 18,300, moved to 18,480 almost, if I'm not wrong, and had a small pullback towards the end of around 80 points, right, which brought it back to 18,400. So our 18,500 still is a strong support. We'll see, try and understand the direction better based on OI. But yes, 18,300 and 18,500 are our two levels, right? Let me just mark it quickly. Yes, and save this chart so that we can understand it better for the coming days as well. So yes, quickly. Okay, 18,500 is here. Let me just move it a little. Yes, so coming to the OI data, right? So I've already saved it here. So for me, it is more of quick access. So I just go into OI here. I quickly understand, right? So PCR here at least is 1.3, which still tells it's bullish, right? So let me just quickly compare the PCR to the previous day data. Let us check. So 14th should be 12th, right? So 12th was 1.1 to 1.3, which is moved today, uh, which is again in a bullish direction itself, right? So as you can see here, 18,300 with around 90 lakh put and 18,500 with around 87 call options, right? So there is looks like there is a stronger uh, put, and I think there's 68 lakh at around 18,000, which is very far from at the money, right? So there's sellers um, at almost every strike point here. But yeah, you look at it, I think the total puts is a little more higher. So what that exactly says is that around 10 crore puts to 7.9 crore calls. It is kind of close by, but there are a lot more put sellers telling that the market would be ending higher, right? So the current closest level is 18,300, which acts as a very good support. 18,350, not very strong, which tells that it could fluctuate a little, right? So we have at least around 3 more days uh, for the market to end. And also, you can let me know in the comments if you have taken any trades as well. So there is a huge, okay, so at 18,300, we see a lot of calls being a lesser number of calls, right? So there was a selling of call options there because it did in the morning itself, it did move above that level and it went almost reaching 18,500, right? So I think it moved around 18,480. So that's why there is a lot of sell off here because the market is looking like it will stay above this level, and hence people were cutting off their position, right? So this would have been in terms of losses, I'm not sure, but yes, you can also, if you were one of the 18,300 levels, you can for sure let me know in the comments. But yes, so the number of puts added today as well is around 2.2 crores, to whereas calls is 80 lakhs, right? So again, it again shows a bullish sentiment, right? So the sell off at the end, not sure why it exactly happened, but yes. Coming to the option chain. So this is the new analysis also, by the way, for those of you who are seeing it for the first time. It's a one complete axis view at one place itself. You get everything from overview to futures to option chain to OI and market replay and trading view charts directly here itself, right? So yeah, as you can see here, this was the 3 p.m. sell-off that happened. Not sure exactly why, but obviously um, that's what happened, right? But markets still do look a little bullish itself, even though the sell-off happened towards the end. There's no sign of. There's still. You look at the day in an average, you see there's more puts being sold than calls, right? So markets still giving a very bullish outlook itself. And you look at 18,300, a lot of call sell-off also had happened, which says that people were cutting off their positions, right? So yes, that was Nifty analysis. Coming to Bank Nifty, yes. So Bank Nifty also, you look at it. Obviously, 3 p.m. they had a similar sell-off, right, and a very similar trade as well. Let me just go to the charts before we come to the analysis. So, but Bank Nifty actually had a better trade than Nifty for the same supply zone, which was at the sell-off level. So yes, this is the 5 minutes chart, 1 minute chart, right? So this. Yes, so this was the supply zone that was marked at 223, right? And around 245 would be your entry point here as soon as it touches the supply zone. 220, yeah, around this part, and your basically your stop loss would have been a little above the supply zone, right? So um, this exactly what do you call it? And your first sell level would be here. This is where I'd mark the first sell level, but yeah, you could have, my bad, you could obviously hold it. You can partially sell it off at that particular point and move your stop loss down, right? So as soon as you sell half your position here, what I at least would do is basically get your stop loss to market, and then move your second target to this particular point, right? So yes, that is one specific thing, but yeah, it did not reach the second target, at least in this particular trade. But yeah, T1, if you had exited, and I think T2, I'm sure that around here you would have gotten a little more scared, right? But yes, I think 44,000 level is where it exactly ended at today, right? So coming back to the 5 minutes chart, let me just, okay, let me just keep that there then. Yes, exact 44,000 is where the market has ended today, and very interesting level, right? Because this is a very good resistance level that we were looking at from before, and I think this resistance was drawn before, right? So today is also when it had broken, and our support looks at 43,700, right? So yes, coming. Yes, so that was again though, I think day low of today itself. So that was, so this was a specific level. We were telling that okay, if it comes down from 43,700, we are looking at a range between 43,700 and 43,500, right? But yeah, if you look at it now from that particular support zone, which we knew only below it, we would be a little more sideways about the market. But no, as soon as it hit that particular level, we see it go completely upwards till 44,000, right? So 43,700 to 44,000, almost a 300 point move, which Bank Nifty gave today, right? So yeah, completely, the chart at least looks bullish, and breaking this level, I think 2 3 times and ending around it should give a view that okay, it can go much more above, right? So 44,000 should be broken, but yes, we should for sure look at another resistance level based on OI, right? So yes, coming to Bank Nifty analysis again. So the saving part, what you can just do is, so you for the first time users, you can just quickly go to instrument overview, and it should by default open Bank Nifty, right? So you can quickly click on this arrow mark below, and here instead of remove Bank Nifty from menu, it would be add Bank Nifty to menu, right? So you can do that obviously directly over there. But yes, coming back to our Bank Nifty option chain, right? So yeah, 45,000, which is a very far, right? So you look at it here, 44,000, which is at the money. And yeah, you look at it in terms of the support zone, 43,500 uh, looks at the level with 57.2 lakh open interest, and here it's only with around 44,500 is the resistance level with only 22.1 lakh, right? So which is um, what do you call very less upwards. Why? Where this basically says that a lot of traders are still very bullish, right? It shows a very bullish sentiment because there's very low amounts of OI on the call sides, which basically says that market could head higher, right? So that's what, again, so Bank Nifty also still says the same thing. Quickly going into OI. So 1.7 crore puts again to 86.4 lakh calls, right? So this again says because of a lot more addition of uh, puts, it's again bullish in nature. And we just come towards the end, we see a lot of sell-offs towards from 2 p.m., which we also saw in the charts, right? Also, quickly coming to PCR, PCR is around 1.5, which is very bullish in nature. So, but so this is also concerning in a way because if it's very high, it would also mean that there could be a it could be overbought range as well, right? So I think Nifty was 1.3, which is also very bullish. So around usually one and above uh, is the bullish range itself, right? So 1.5 might be overly bullish, but again, let's see what happens in the market, right? It can go much above as well, but yes. So looking at both Nifty and Bank Nifty, at least both looking at the charts as well as the OI data that we have seen, markets are still bullish, even though we had a around 2:33 p.m. Sell-off that happened. Markets still look completely bullish, right? Because we still see a lot of put addition towards the markets and a very less call addition, which again we are very bullish with the markets, right? So I think this one reason why is because we are kind of already know what has been happening in the at least in news wise and all that, and that's why there is a gradual increase, right? So that's why we are going step by step towards a higher high in the markets. But as soon as a negative news does come out, we can see a steep fall, right? That's the difference in the markets. When there's negative news, there is a steep fall, but increase wise, it still goes very slowly and gradually, right? So I think also looking at the markets from the last 1 or 2 months, we see it in a very different style itself, right? But yes, so as we did see here, that is the market analysis for today. Hope you guys took in a lot of data and also understood how we are trying to understand what could happen in the coming days as well, right? So yes, as usual, thank you so much for joining in. Make sure you put in the comments on what you think could happen to the markets in the coming days as well. And yes, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button and the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any live. And yes, we are you can always ask any questions in the comments and everything, and I would obviously take it up, right? So yes, as usual, thank you so much for joining and hope you have a great day ahead.